just showing you my process of creating a beat. This is really more about the sound of the beat and getting the right kick sound and the right snare sound, getting that thump, getting that snap, than it is about the beat itself. I'm going to be using the Kick 2 plugin, which is an amazing plugin. I think it's only about 50 euros. Y'all can afford that even during these COVID times. Made by Sonic Academy. I definitely recommend you go and check it out. I had this installed, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I just reinstalled it. I think I still need to upgrade to the latest version. But in any case, we're going to just do a quick walkthrough on Kick 2. Let me just switch the screen here. Because, you know, think about it. It makes a lot more sense if you can just create a kick or create a snare that's actually going to go with your song. It's actually going to go with, you know, if you're creating a trap song, you know, you're going to use obviously the classic 808 versus if you're creating a cyberpunk track, which I've been listening to a lot of synthwave and cyberpunk lately, then you're going to want that really snappy snare that has a long decay. You know, that's also really going to be distorted as well. So that's the type of kick and snare that I'm going to work on. And, you know, and the time it takes to go through 100 virtual Riot samples to find that perfect kick, you could just be making your own. And, you know, and this kind of lets you dip your toes into sound design without like needing to take a master class, because this is a pretty easy plugin to use. So what I'm going to do is put the BPM at, I don't know, like kind of dubstep speed, maybe like 145, 142. All right. And we are going to insert a MIDI clip. And I'm going to just throw, you know, for the purposes of what we're doing, I'm just going to throw some 4 on the floor kicks in here. Oh, let's loop that. Something like that. There we go. You know, again, we can try to make a beat a little bit later. Right now, I'm just trying to get the sound. So right now, we really have 2 fundamentals. We have our click, we have our sub. So, I mean, it sounded pretty good, to be honest, but let me see what else we have here. On the sub, you know, you can kind of just go through a few different ones. I kind of like that steel drum, believe it or not. Now you can actually affect the waveform. You know. I could try something like this. Well, I was gonna say if you want like a slower attack, but you got to keep that first one for the attack, apparently. Let's do something like that. That's fine. All right. So now what you can actually do is you can pitch this to your song. Again, we don't have a song right now, so it can really be whatever feels right. But we can pitch all of these different, like the attack, your decay. You can change the pitch on all of these things. Now the pitch is going to be a lot more important on the decay than it is on the attack, because you're not going to really hear a pitch on the attack, you know? So let me turn that down just a little bit, so I don't feel like I'm talking over it. Kind of like that. Now on this, We can keep that at G as well. Oh, that's kind of nice. You can also pitch that down right here. But I like it where it is. You can add in harmonics. That's going to give you a fundamental tone. That's kind of that, you know, that 808 vibe where you have that, where the kick is playing double duty. It's kind of, it's handling the kick and the bass. I mean, I'll have a little bit of that in there. I don't I mean, I'm not going to say I don't like 808s, but I think 808s are just so fucking overdone, you know, that we as producers, that we should just strive to do something a little bit different, man. How many times can you keep hearing that exact same 808 and that exact same trap snare and exact same trap hats? It's really been overdone. So now we can also choose a different click. The click is just going to be that high little snap. It just adds definition to your kick. For this, I like 3. You can also pitch that. I kind of like it right there. Shorten the length. It's nice. And we can leave the rest of that as is. The main thing right here is the length. So again, I want that nice thump, man. I want that thump like an 808, but I want to shorten it up so it's not so much of the fundamental tone in there. Yeah, I think like right around the 500 millisecond range is really nice. Now we can just go ahead and EQ that. So that was a pitch. This is actually, you can see the attack's actually coming in a little bit later. So you can I'd probably go right around there. You can really just play with this until you find that ear candy. You add in some nice distortion. And now we're talking. Now here's our click sample. I mean, that's already thumping right there. That's what I'm talking about. We can actually add in another click as well. Maybe toms, maybe noise. Let's see. So I mean, you're probably aware that most kicks that you hear in commercial tracks are layered. It's multiple kicks. You know, you usually have a kick enhancer or a click, or you have something else layered in there to give the kick more definition. I actually think that's kind of cool with a tom in there. Let's see what about effects. What's effects? Yeah, I mean, you could actually just even layer in a clap for a lot of definition, but I'm gonna go with a lower tone. We're gonna use that tom. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Again, I don't want that to ring out too long, but I also like a little bit of that resonance. You know, you never want too much reverb on your kick. I mean, unless you're making orchestral music, you really don't want too much tail on there. I mean, I'm thinking that sounded pretty damn good already. Let's put the compressor on. Crank up the ratio. But you know, what I'm gonna end up doing is processing these drums, you know, through the effects that I like to use. So I may not even want to use the built-in compressor on this. It's not sounding bad though. You know, you want a pretty, I mean, again, for what I'm trying to do, I want a pretty tight release time, a pretty tight attack and release. There you go. There you go. It's a kick. Oh, we got our velocity here as well. Sounds pretty good. Again, you know, I'm not trying to spend 100 years on this kick. It's already sounding pretty good. I can take it the rest of the way with some effects. So what I would probably do is probably throw some OTT on there, but let's throw a JST clip. This is a hell of a plugin as well. I think right about there. There's also 4 times mode, or 2 times mode. But yeah, I think that's good. And let's bring down the mix knob just a little bit. Just for the hell of it, let's throw in some of that OTT. I actually like that really clip sound. Obviously, we're not going to have that much of it, but I like that clip sound. Ooh, there's that thump. Oh, baby, there's that thump. I'm gonna take that pretty extreme, but then we're just lower the mix. It's not bad. Another plugin. I'm gonna just, I mean, that sounds pretty great as is, but I'm gonna throw in. I'm going to take off OTT, and we're going to try the Cashmere Essentials kick just to see what we get. I think this is a highly underrated plugin. A lot of people don't really know about this yet. So what we say, this was in G, right? I mean, the fundamental of the kick is in G, so you can actually add in the sub. You know, there's that nice sub, that thump, that thump. Oh yeah. Probably want to take out some mids. And by the way, Cashmere Essentials, this kick is a free plugin. I also purchased the full Essentials, but believe it or not, on kicks, I like this freebie better. I like the freebie better on the kicks. Oh yeah. Ooh. Well, of course, now we are really clipping. So I'm gonna just pack that off. All right. No like compression on there. Width, you know, you don't really want width on a kick. You want to bring that down as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, I would probably use one or the other, not both of these. So let's hear the Cashmere versus the OTT right now. Well, for one thing, let's bring up the volume. I mean, actually, this Cashmere Essentials, man, that thumps. And it's not just because it's louder. It's, I mean, that's one thing that does suck about this. The premium, obviously you have input-output gain, I believe, but you also have a mix knob. This does not have a mix knob. But again, I could be imagining, and if any of y'all know, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the premium, I can't dial in. I don't seem to be able to dial in a kick sound as easily or as thumpy as his freebie. Anyway, I think that is a great start. That's our kick. So I'm gonna actually probably make this into a 3 or 4 or 5-part series. Next, we're gonna work on the snare because despite the name, Kick 2, you can make your own snares in this program as well. Like I said, I'm gonna just divide this into different parts. So next we're gonna work on the snare. Then I might show you kind of like some MIDI programming to get a natural sounding beat instead of it sounding, you know, robotic or like AI put it together. And then lastly, I'm gonna show you kind of like some mixing techniques to make your drums just knock like a Jehovah's Witness at the door who just won't let up. So a lot of good content coming soon. I promise you guys will be glad to see the rest. So definitely like and follow me on this channel. You know, I'm trying to grow this channel back out again. So thank you so much. Happy fucking holidays, y'all. Later.